Guys, I'm Dave from Dave Chats Games, and for all my gaming chat, the best around, I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello people, David here, One Up Gaming. I'm gonna have a quick go through this week's show. So this week is gonna be episode... Where are we? Episode 412. Yeah, 412 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Kind of hiccuped in the middle of that then. Yeah, the One Up Gaming podcast episode 412. So, as always, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album by Stream It. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts available to buy from audiobooksontape.com. If you buy that, just search One Up Gaming on their store, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We have 3 books available. Just go into Amazon and search the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. They're all full colour books. Make a nice little gift for Christmas coming up soon. I said that, it's still summer, isn't it? I don't know. I'm way out of the times. I don't know where I am. I'm absolutely knackered. Hopefully I won't be yawning as much as what I was a couple of weeks ago. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Maybe longer? I was just like non-stop yawning, wasn't I? But anyway, David here, One Up Gaming. We're going to go through 7 games played, 1 game wanted to play, and we're going to have the 10 minutes of nothing. And I think I've found something a bit different to talk about. The TopGear.com, they've done the 50 best driving games of all time, sort of a list. So we'll go through their list and see what I think of their list. So yeah, we'll be back after this quick break with the games played this week.
Hi, my name's John here. I'm the designer of games like Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Whizball, Parallax and Sociable Soccer, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello Andy, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
So yeah, this is still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 412 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So we're going to go through the games played this week, but as always, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. You can buy it, you can stream it. Just Google the name, Games Inspired Music. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity, so that'd be nice. And we also have our first 100 podcasts available at audiobooksontape.com. And just search One Up Gaming on their store, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. So as always, we're going to go through the 7 games played this week. There's 8 games on the list, but unfortunately 1 game was unplayable, so we'll go through that. Yeah. So first of all, Visions of Mana, the demo. I had a quick go on the Xbox version. It was... It looked rough. It really looked quite rough. And it just seemed as though you were just walking around and hitting things. I never got much chance in the demo to actually get into the weeds of things, but certain RPG sort of games goes way over my head, and I believe this is one of those games that might do that. So from what I played of it, it looked bad, it didn't run great, and I was just not engaged with the action, the combat, the movements. So unfortunately, I wouldn't. Not my sort of thing. Not my sort of thing. Next up, we have Welcome to ParadiZe. And again, another demo that we got sent to have a quick play with. And this one is a third-person open world action, sort of like comedy game. It reminded me of can't even think of the bloody names now. But anyway, you start off as a dude walking around a full 3D environment. You kill zombies by hitting them, pick up weapons and do more damage. You find a place called ParadiZe that's like a zombie after apocalypse sort of like living environment, and you have to sort of like, before you can sign up to move into ParadiZe, you have to go across the map to a scientist who will give you like a helmet to put onto a zombie, so you have a zombie helper, because everyone in ParadiZe has to have a zombie helper. And it's quite funny, it's stupid, it's over the top, it's idiotic, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it played well, the movement, the combat, it all worked really well. Graphically not the best, but what do you expect with these sort of games, you know, the full open world sort of things. But yeah, it was a good little game. I'd recommend, if you're after like a proper full open world base building comedy, it was good. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, Welcome to ParadiZe. I would really recommend it. Next up, we have Paper Mario The Origami King. And I must admit, when I was playing through this, I got rather creeped out by the intro sequence, where you like you are going to Princess Peach's sort of like castle, because in the courtyard there's like a festival going on. You get there and there is no one there, and then you go into the castle and you see Princess Peach, but she's not like you in this game. Mario, Luigi and all that are full flat 2D sprites that rotate fully, and when you get to a certain angle you just see a line, which is quite fun. And you see Princess Peach, and she isn't Princess Peach, it's like an origami version of Princess Peach. So it's like a full 3D folded paper sort of look. It looks really good, it played it really well. Once I changed it from motion controls to just normal standard controls, because who the hell uses motion controls nowadays? But yeah, it's like a comedy, it's like a action game, RPG. It really good Paper Mario game. As I say, graphically it's amazing. So I would easily recommend that one, to give that one a go. So next up we have, I can't even believe it, but next up we have Hamster. No, we don't. I'll skip that. Next up we have I completely blanked now. Go back to the list. Yeah, so next up we have Wreckfest. I had a quick go at it. I don't know if it's like my sort of game or not. I love Bugbear as a developer, and I do like the fact of this racing game. It's so heavy and meaty, you know, the physics, the way the cars move and handle, and I also love the fact that you start off on like lawnmowers, racing lawnmowers. But yeah, the career mode, I've got into the second sort of like stage now, where you do actually race on like proper concrete like roads, and the heavy meatiness of the cars really work well with this game. I do think that the AI is a bit suspect, where you could be like seconds and seconds ahead all the way down, and then a couple of milliseconds later you're getting rammed from the back because they've just caught right up to you with no reason why. But considering it came out, was it 2012-ish? Somewhere around then. I know it's an old game, and I think it came to like Xbox One and PS4, I think. I might be wrong. But I played it for the Xbox Series X. Looks nice, nothing amazing, but it does look nice. I love all the collision effects, where like tires go everywhere, the wooden scenery of the fences go everywhere, and I just like the game. I think it's a fun little game, good racing game, and yeah, give it a go, see what you guys think. So next up we have Hamster Playground. Now, for some reason, I assumed that this game was going to be you're a hamster and you have to do mazes or do little stunts and puzzles and that sort of thing. But no, it's just like a modern updated Tamagotchi sort of thing. You select your hamster, put him in a cage, feed him, love him, bathe him, give him drink, give him water, give him attention. Make him do training like brains or brawn, all that good stuff. Give him a shower. And yeah, it's a weird one. I guess if you got young sort of kids, they might enjoy this. Like, give them a virtual hamster to play with. Graphically, it's not great. Gameplay wise, I didn't think it was great. But I think it was free to play on the Xbox, so if you're interested in having a hamster, young ones, have a look, see what you think of this, and badger your parents, and you might get a hamster to love and cherish, and then it dies, like all things that you love. Anyway, next up we have SteamWorld Heist 2. Now, I played SteamWorld Dig, and yes, it was good, but it just wasn't my sort of game. So I skipped SteamWorld Dig 2, and then there was a couple of other games that came out. SteamWorld Heist, I don't know if it uses the same engine or not, but it looks very similar. Side-on action, 2D action platformer type thing, but gorgeous graphics, pixel art, really nice. I really loved it. It's got funny jokes, funny characters, and yeah, what else do you need to know? It's more of a turn-based sort of like action game where you hide behind things, and you can move and then shoot, and then the opposition gets its turn. So you hide behind crates and pop out and shoot them, and it's a very, very well made game. Well thought out environment, well thought out level design. It is a really, really good game, and I loved it. So yeah, SteamWorld Heist 2, amazing game, really good. Next up, and the last games are the games that we played, and I say that loosely, because this was Airborne Kingdom, and I loaded it up, read through the tutorials. It said I needed to build a certain thing, so I clicked on to build that certain thing, and in 10 minutes I could not work out how you build that thing it asked you to build and connect it to the main airship thing that you're on. I was just zooming around, pressing random buttons, and nothing was working. So I, in good faith, cannot recommend Airborne Kingdom, because in 10 minutes I could not work out a single thing. So graphically it looked adequate, nothing great, but I just couldn't work it out. It was just, to me, it was just impossible. So that is the games played this week. Now I have to have special mention, because I was going to play the EA Sports FC 25 beta, but because of shenanigans going on, if you load up the EA Sports beta, the FC 25 beta, if you load that up while you're connected to the internet, you just get kicked straight out back to the home screen. So what you need to do is load up the game, and then when it says connecting to the server, yes or no, hit no, and it actually gets you onto the actual game menu page. But anything that you click, it says you have to connect to the internet, and as soon as you click and connect, it just spits you straight back out to the home, like the actual Xbox dashboard. Basically, it just crashes straight away. So I'd love to have played it. I'd love to have sort of told you what changes have been done, what graphical updates are done, and all the other bits and bobs. But yeah, I can't tell you. So that's the games played this week for episode 412 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. We'll have a quick break and we'll be back with the 10 minutes of nothing. So yeah, enjoy this break. Back soon.
Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Hello, you lucky people. Still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 412 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. Still sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album available now. Stream it, buy it, Google it. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity, which is amazing. And you can go to audiobooksontape.com, search One Up Gaming, and you can find a audio cassette, which is like a USB stick in the shape of a cassette. It looked amazing. And you can buy our first 100 podcasts plus other shows. There's about 5 hours or 20, maybe 26, I think it was 26 hours worth of content on the stick. So you can buy that, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We also have our first 3 books available to buy, and those books are the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. So that is those. So this is the 10 minutes of nothing. So basically I'm gonna pick a topic, talk about it, and there'll be a 10-minute timer, and as soon as that 10-minute timer stops, then we have to stop talking about that topic. So without further, I'll go straight into this and I'll hit the play button. And what we are going to talk about today is the BBC Top Gear best driving games of all time. 50 of the best driving games of all time. So we'll start the timer now. So this is the best 50 driving games of all time according to BBC's Top Gear website. So number 50, we have Supercars 2 on the Amiga and the Atari ST. Now, I can't even remember this game, to be honest. It says it's 1991 top-down racer, blah 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 blah. It looks like a more realistic looking Micro Machines. That top-down sort of view but with like real backgrounds and cars and stuff. Yeah, not my sort of thing. Next game looks amazing. World Rally, and this is the arcade in 1993. It's an isometric sort of game. It looks like the Neo Geo sort of stuff. Is it Neo Geo? Doesn't say. That's annoying. I'd like to have known. But it's got that kind of Neo Geo proper poppy looking pixels and graphics. It looks really nice. So next up at 48 we have Spy Hunter for the arcade. Now I do remember Spy Hunter. It was like a vertical racing shooter sort of game where you have to race up the screen and shoot enemies as they're coming towards you, and it was a fun time distraction. I don't know about nowadays though. At 47 I will admit Cruis'n Blast arcade 2017. So this is like a modern reimagining of the Cruis'n USA style arcade races, and this is brilliant. I really loved this game. I had it on the Switch and it plays amazing. I hope it comes out for the other consoles, but I think the Cruis'n name was like a Nintendo sort of IP at one time, so they might be like stuck with the Switch. But yeah, it looked amazing, it played amazing, I loved it. 46, we have Stunt Car Racer for the Amiga and the Atari ST, 1989. I remember when I saw this when I was a kid, so 89, so I'd have been like 8 when I saw this. It's very simple, boxy graphics, but I thought it looked almost real. I loved it so much. Number 45, we have a Driver for the PlayStation. Now, I wouldn't really call it, I guess it says driving game, doesn't it? Is it say driving games? Yeah, best driving. I guess it, I'll give it that. Because the physics, the handling, the momentum, all of it was amazing, especially for the PS1. And yeah, it's a great little game. I loved it. Reflections, amazing. Please come back with more great games like that. So 44, Night Driver arcade, 1976. I think this is like one of the first ever racing games where it's just like looks like bollards on the side of the road going up to make the track, and you just turn the wheel left and right. Very simple game, but racing games had to start somewhere. Number 43, one of my all-time favourites, Rock and Roll Racing for the Mega Drive and SNES. Now, I had a Mega Drive, didn't really have a SNES when I was a kid, my brother did. And I loved it on the Mega Drive, but now looking back onto it, the SNES one was much better. The sound was better, they didn't clip with the commentating and all that good stuff. 42, Chase HQ. Again, another game in the vein of like the Outrun sort of thing, but this one, you have to catch up to a target vehicle and then ram it to stop it, and then you arrest them. It looked good for the time and it played really well, and I really liked Chase HQ. Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2 for the Mega Drive. I've played it, but I can't remember what this game was like. For the Mega Drive, I don't think they'll be very good. No offense to the Mega Drive people out there, but racing games weren't the thing. TOCA Touring Car Championship for the PlayStation, 1997. Now, I thought TOCA 2 was much better. The first one didn't look as good, and it was very stilted and didn't have the momentum that you needed. But what are you going to do? So at number 39, we have Test Drive Unlimited for the Xbox 360, 2006. Now, this was like a full open world game in Hawaii, but it wasn't. It was one of the islands of Hawaii, but I can't remember where it was. But yeah, you bought cars, walked around in the factory, sort of like in your showroom to look at the cars, and it looked amazing. It looked absolutely amazing. I tell you, I'm gonna have to quickly. I've just looked at the time, Jesus. 38, Hard Driving. Very basic 3D polygon racing stunt driver game. 37, Wipeout, amazing, but I thought Wipeout 2097 was much better. 36, R Factor, I don't think I've played that one. 35, great little game, Diddy Kong Racing, I loved it. 34, again, the sequel was so much better, but they've got Destruction Derby for the PlayStation in 1995. So for me, Destruction Derby 2 was so much better. The graphics, the playability, the physics, everything was so much better. They've got number 33, Le Mans Ultimate, PC 2024. I guess this will be like a downloadable add-on for R Factor 2, but I've again not played it. 32, Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament for the Mega Drive and SNES, 1984. Loved this. Me and my brother played this quite a lot. Top-down racer. 31, Richard Burns Rally for the PC, Xbox and PS2. Another one that felt great, looked great, had a good meaty sort of like physics engine on it. Number 30 was the Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 for the Amiga. Again, another one of these ones that's like the sort of like Chase HQ and Outrun, like the 2D sprite scalers. Gorgeous game for the time, and it played really, really well. 29 was Road Rash, which I never quite liked. The handling wasn't great for me. I loved number 28, which was Grand Prix 2. I think Jeff Crammond, I think it was. Gorgeous game for the time, absolutely amazing. Another great game. 27, Project Gotham Racing 3. Loved this. Everything, all the vehicles had to have a speed of 155 or over. 26 was Crazy Taxi. Great game for short bursts, but kind of got boring. 25, Race Room Racing Experience, not played that. 24 was Drive Club, which, again, it looked great, it played well. Reminded me more like the Project Gotham Racing sort of style, more arcadified. 23 was F355 Challenge for the Dreamcast. Gorgeous game. You had to have it in first person, really realistic-y sort of, at the time, game. Really good, only could race the F355 sort of car. 22 was F124, again, Codemasters making great games. 21, Grid for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. 20, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Another big bulky game, engine sort of like proper meaty sort of like physics. 19, Automobilista 2. Again, I've not played that. 18, EA Sports WRC. That came out a couple of years ago. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wasn't a big fan. 17, Ridge Racer, 1995. Again, a game that I think like Ridge Racer, like Rage Racer, or Rave Racer, or Ridge Racer Type 4 was much better overall. Even Ridge Racer 6. Assetto Corsa Competizione, a great game, I loved that. Pole Position Arcade, like a proper old school Namco game. Last year's Forza Motorsport is on number 14, which I will agree is a good little game. iRacing, I loved it when I played it, but that was years ago. 12, Gran Turismo 7, good game. 11, Assetto Corsa, like the original, it was alright, I didn't like the handling. Number 10, Rocket League, I'm going to skip that, it's not a racing or driving game. Number 9, Colin McRae Rally, great game for the OPS1. Number 8, GTR 2, I've not played that. Number 7, Daytona USA, I wasn't a massive fan of Daytona. Number 6, Burnout 3 Takedown, great game, loved it. 5, Forza Horizon 4, great game in the UK. Number 4, Outrun the Arcade Original, great game. Mario Kart 3, Sega Rally Championship, amazing game at 2. And they've got Gran Turismo on the PlayStation as number 1. So, that is the time. That is the time. What do you guys think of the Top Gear top 50 driving games of all time that they have done? What do you guys think of that? Let me know. Leave comments. Subscribe to us, like us, bell us, all that good stuff. And yeah, We'll have a quick break and we'll be back with the goodbyes. So back after a couple of seconds.
Hello, this is Peter Poppleton from the internet. I would just like to congratulate you really on reaching the 400th episode of the podcast. What the fucking hell is a podcast? If anybody tries to cast my pods like in Plaster of Paris or something like that, I will smack them right in the tit. It's what? It's like a radio. Right, I get it now. I see. It's like a radio show. 400 episodes on chuffing gaming. Chuffing hell. Look, I don't know how you've got there. Quite what you can say about chuffing Space Invaders, Pac-Man and Horace Goes Skiing, I will never know. But either way, it sounds like quite an achievement. So well done, and here's to the next 4. Let's not get, ahead of ourselves. I'm not going to say the next 400, because let's face it, gaming is, well, I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? I'm very old. Happy 400th episode.
Hi guys, this is Dean Swain from the Retro Asylum podcast. Congratulations to the One Up Gaming gang. 400 episodes, great number to reach. It's a lot of editing, trust me, I know. I've been podcasting for years, so well done, great number to reach, and here's to the next 400 episodes. Well done guys.
So hopefully you've enjoyed that, all those 7 games that we played this week, the top 50 driving games from Top Gear. Hopefully there's some games there that you might not have seen or heard for a while. So please go to our website, oneupgaming.co.uk. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And what else can I say? If you want to win any game codes, we sometimes have spare Steam codes, we sometimes have spare PlayStation, Xbox, Switch codes. So just subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment that just says Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, that type of thing. And if we can find anything, we'll send out a code for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed this show. It's been me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 412 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So thank you. Goodbye.